Okay, y'all, drop your Solana wallets. I'm giving out some meme coins for free. Coming to you December 4th. Today's launch day. Woot woot. Hi, TMZ. Say hello to my community. Hi. How are you doing? My Hawk meme coin is live.
So I'm sort of curious, like, not for the token price itself, but just in terms of the fact that there's fees that are being generated, there's an actual, like,
Hey
source
guys,
of income.
I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Hello there. But anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Can you imagine being asked questions about a scam, and in the middle of the questioning you go, yeah, I think I'm gonna hit the bed.
So as an avid listener of the Hawk Tuah podcasts, you probably realise today has been a hard day for me. My Spotify Wrapped just showed me that this podcast has been all-consuming in my life. I love the insight from Hawk Tuah. I love when she interviews Mark Cuban and talks about cryptocurrency. But today I did want to talk about something, because obviously you're going to see a million videos about the Hawk Tuah girl, Hayley Welch, and why I wanted to talk about it was I did want to talk about this kind of controversy with the cryptocurrency she did a pump and dump with, but also how she clearly isn't like doing it personally, because just with like the onset of her viral fame, vultures just circle straight away. And I'm not trying to be mean or offensive, but she's 22, doesn't seem like the brightest person anyway, and I just feel like she is being taken advantage of. Now, yes, of course, she probably doesn't mind this to an extent, because she's made a lot of money off people like the Paul brothers, I think Jake Paul specifically, like helping her with the podcast. I think they own the podcast, and all these other like ventures she's done. But now she might be getting into legal trouble, and if she was doing this in something that wasn't crypto, like financial, just a general financial market, it's clearly like so illegal what they're doing. And now she's pumping and dumping a shitcoin and making millions off it with whoever put this idea in her head, and she could face like really bad legal repercussions. And I think it's an American thing more than other countries, but I just think, like, even when they first announced she was getting like a management team, I was like, what the actual hell is someone who had one viral moment getting a management team for? And you don't blame the person so much. Like, I don't blame Hawk Tuah girl for signing up to a management company, for starting a podcast, for doing all of these things, because she just was like a general labourer, just someone who worked in a factory, she said, 22 years old. Here you have the chance of a lifetime to become insanely rich. Most average people would just completely accept that, and they wouldn't care. But, of course, the downside of that is no one is looking out for your best interests, and they're just going to direct you where they think they can capitalise off your viral fame to make as much money as possible. And that is epitomised, of course, by something as shady as cryptocurrency to start with. But when it's such a clear pump and dump, everyone knows it, like, straight away. And you probably have seen the Coffeezilla video, but I want to play a little bit of it, because the guy who was leading the meme coin, his defense of what they were doing is just so fucking insane. And even when they're having this conversation on a Twitter live that you guys might have seen in this video, it's pretty clear Hawk Tuah girl doesn't probably understand what the fuck these people are talking about, because yet she doesn't know anything about cryptocurrency. It's just these vultures circling who've used her, and now if there are repercussions, she's going to be the one to suffer them alongside them. Like, yes, is she making money through this? Of course. Does she understand how she's making money? No. And as I'm going to show you as well, probably her management team posted something on Twitter called Hawkonomics. Forget like Reaganomics, forget Bidenomics. We're going to subscribe to Hawkonomics. But to be fair, I don't really see much of a difference between them. So let's get into the controversy a little bit. Here you see her post about Hawkonomics, which she posted in response to the outrage. Like, I'm not going to pretend I understand cryptocurrency and I understand like everything, like all this jargon that's been thrown out. But basically, just like with lots of this stuff, what it seemed like is there were lots of people involved behind the scenes, all getting access to this meme coin before it went on sale to just anyone who wanted one. And obviously, just like with any pump and dump in the crypto space, they're hoping to artificially inflate the price. And then when it hits a certain amount, they all sell and make a lot of money. And then that just tanks the value. And what happens to most of these things, because they're absolutely fucking worthless, the value just goes down to basically nothing and everyone loses their money. It's pretty easy to understand that Haley Welch, all the team involved in this, all the people they told about this before because they were pre-selling this, they all hold it until it reaches a certain amount with the general, I guess, excitement from a shitcoin. And then, yeah, like I said, they dump it. Now, obviously, when you're just a general person who does this, like loads of different meme coins over the years, it's a really shitty thing to do, and it's enabled by the crypto space being like really, really unregulated. Like we've been saying, if this is stocks, if this is anything to do with just traditional like financial betting and investing, you can't do this because it's fucking illegal. But when it comes to crypto, we saw with the Mr. Beast stuff, because I've been showing you this clip for a long, long time, he talked about a crypto project he was involved in where it was basically like insider trading, but he didn't care about bragging about it, his collaboration with like Logan and Gary Vee, because it's not illegal. And you might have seen this recently in another Coffeezilla video that he made, which is funny because obviously I called out Coffeezilla for the Mr. Beast stuff before. He deleted the videos and then he's made a good video of Mr. Beast. And people were coming into my comments being like, haha, like, you've been proved wrong, apologize to Coffeezilla. And I'm like, no, like, thank God he finally made a video on someone like Mr. Beast, because it seems like he was selectively choosing not to. But what Haley Welch has done here is pretty similar to what like Gary Vee and others have done in like the NFT space. So that is just like the broad context. What you need to know is viral meme influencer did a pump and dump on a meme coin. So obviously Coffeezilla is the crypto guy. And like I said before, I think he makes good videos. The only thing I called him out for was defending Mr. Beast, right? But I don't think he's like a totally bad guy or anything like that. But in this video, which you guys probably seen, he plays some clips from one of the people, basically the leader of the shitcoin. And I first want to play you what he said when Coffeezilla was just listening to the Twitter space, because the justification for just even doing this is just so insane to me.
Need is that there are 4 groups to look out for here. 1, you have Hawk Tuah girl who is promoting this thing. 2, you have this guy Doc Hollywood who is like Howie Mandel's like son-in-law or something like that. Like he's this guy who has some connections in Hollywood, and he seems to be the guy connecting Hawk Tuah girl with crypto. And
nah, we're here to onboard real people outside of this spaces, right? The people here, you guys are already y'all are ahead every day thinking everything's a scam. And you know what? You guys are right. Everything is a scam, but not this.
who's he talking to?
The target audience, which is why I'm even doing this, which is what's cool about it, is it's not in this spaces. And listen, most of you, we don't want you in the community. Let's be real, right? You're not great people. I'm going to say y'all, you guys, right? There's a lot of negativity in the space. I think crypto brings the mentally ill into this thing, right? If you guys are in crypto, you're most likely mentally ill. And I'm going to count myself as mentally ill for even being here right now. We're trying to actually have fun. We're trying to do something cool. We're trying to give meme tokens away for free to people who have never had any crypto before, any meme token. And you guys should be kissing my ass.
So that first clip is just like hilarious, that in response to controversy about him doing a blatant pump and dump, again, like the whole thing is just insane. Crypto pump and dump based on a viral stupid meme ladies like shitcoin, and he's getting mad that people are pushing back on him. So this is what the Twitter space was for. But then Coffeezilla obviously calls him out. Someone else joined the call later and said something like, I feel like as well. And just how I feel about all of this is that it's pretty clear that Haley Welch is being taken advantage of because she just doesn't know any better.
Millions of dollars on fees from this rug pull.
That's not a scheme. That's the
Who's making fees?
So we can keep this thing going for years. Okay, that's how do you think? There's so many expenses.
Who makes the money on the fees? Someone just made over $1 million on fees. Who made it?
Yes, the creator, right?
Which is who? Who does that own? Who does that belong to?
That belongs to the project.
Who's the project? Who is the project?
Well, the project is over here, Haley Welch, right? And
How much does Haley Welch own?
This is Haley Welch's project,
So
and
she owns all of it.
Coffeezilla.
I'm just trying to figure out who owns
Do
it.
you know how much it costs for lawyer fees to create a foundation in the Cayman Islands, to hire directors? You think this stuff pays for itself, right?
So y'all wanted to make the money on day one? I don't understand. I'm just asking
We're
who
here every
actually
single
makes the
day.
billions of
Day
dollars in
one,
fees from the
day
rugby.
two, day three. You know, this is how you run a project forever. Is you have to fund that.
Haley, I'm going to talk to you directly. At the end of the
Okay.
day, your name was the poster child for the token. The whole Hawk Tuah meme is used to like market it and launch it. At the end of the day, when Coffeezilla makes a video about this, you're going to be in the thumbnail. Your name's going to be in the title. So what Doc or whoever the fuck was saying earlier about traditional Web 2 influencers coming in the space and having a bad like reputation in the space, it's for this reason exactly. It's because people enter the space like this with whoever the fuck. Basically, what I'm getting at, and I'll wrap up here with just whoever guided you in this, or whoever directed you to do this, or gave you the advice to do this, you should fire them immediately. This 100% was a mismanaged, mislaunched. Like this is took what Coffeezilla said. I would label this a scam as well. It's pretty obvious. Like Coffeezilla brought up, 97% of the token was bundled into the same cluster. And in layman's terms, that just basically means 90%, 97% of all the tokens owned were by related wallets, friends of friends of friends of friends. They were
No, that's not true. It's not true.
Yes, it is
It's
true.
false.
Yes, no, it's 100% true.
Yeah, like that person who came on and just like spoke about this and like how I feel about it as well. It's obviously like a scam, and it's pretty clear that she doesn't know anything about it. So when she says she's going to bed and ending the Twitter space, it's probably like, I'm just going to get in trouble through like being so public about this. And it just feels like more than ever, I guess people could let me know in the comments, has this just like happened like forever? It just feels like nothing can just like live and die on the internet anymore. It has to become like some viral thing. It has to live on, and people have to try and make a brand over something that's so like irrelevant, requires like no talent. And like, fair enough with Haley Welch, she's turned her 15 minutes into 6 months of fame. At the same time, how she became relevant? Because vultures circled almost immediately trying to use her to make a profit, and they're still doing that just in a very apparent way, which can now get her in trouble. And what I just hate about our system generally is, yeah, like, I don't mind someone who's an ordinary person making a bit of money over something viral, like, that's whatever. At the same time, this even living any longer than like a month or something just shows you that just everyone is just so infested by greed. We just have to keep like reviving corpses of everything to make them live forever. It just feels like everything has to be completely milked dry until there's nothing left. And is this the last bit of, I'm not going to say the last bit of milking of the Hawk Tuah girl, but is this the last thing she's going to do now? Is this the last bit of money she's going to make? Probably not, even though it should be. But at the same time, it severely damaged her reputation, where everyone initially thought, you know, it's a stupid meme that went viral, but like, you're an average person, get your money, to, well, now you're just like straight up scamming people for even more money, and all you did was say something funny on camera in a street interview. You don't really deserve it. So yeah, I would say to someone like Haley Welch, if I was giving them advice, because it's clear no one cares about like her as a person, they just see her as a brand to make money. It's just, don't talk to these people anymore, make an apology, refund, whatever, move away from them, continue doing your like amazing podcast, and just focus on that. Because that is more sustainable. Yeah, it might not make you £1 million in like 1 hour, but you might have some sort of YouTube career, podcast career for the foreseeable future. That'll be a steady bit of revenue for you because you're only 22 years old, right? And this fame, as much as they're trying to make it last, is not going to last. So you're going to have to pivot to something. And pivoting to crypto scams is going to make you die even quicker. So yeah, that's what I would say to just that generally. But yeah, it appears Hawkonomics isn't legit, sadly. And I'm just really devastated about that. Haley Welch, please just focus on the Talk to a podcast. I don't know what I'm going to listen to while editing videos if you don't keep making this.